I can't tell you what an honor, a pleasure, privilege it is, and how moving it is to be the celebrant for your wedding. This couple, I love this couple. I think I'm moving in their house when they get back. This couple has so much to offer. You know, they haven't stopped looking at each other since they got into church. I saw, her shoe being shown to Lou, and I was hoping Lou wouldn't go show what he had on underneath, so because it'd be a big surprise. But the thing is, you're just meant for each other. And you have such a way about you that no matter who you come in contact with in your entire life, you're going to show something so beautiful about love and about God. Now, I know I'll see you in church every week, right? Because you're registered here, right? And the other part is, and the most important part, you guys are going to be such a living testimony to what God is trying to get across to each of us every day. And you know what that is? I love you unconditionally. That's what God does for us. And he says, look, if you follow my commands, if you live and abide by what I'm saying, you're going to be so full of joy. You're going to be happy. You're going to have one wonderful day after the other. That's the joy you're going to have. Even if things are falling apart around you, you'll still have joy because you're being faithful to God who gives you joy. I want to ask Lou a question real quick before we begin. It's going to be real easy for you. Lou, are you perfect?
No.
Okay. He's not perfect?
She is.
No. Aww. 25 years, I want you to say that to her again, eh? Gab,
Yes.
Are you perfect?
No.
No. Okay, did you hear each other?
Yes.
You're not perfect. Neither one of you are. You're beautiful looking. You look like you belong on top of a wedding cake, However, you're not perfect, all right? So let's get that straight right from the word get-go. You are not a perfect person. And you're taking for the rest of your life this man, this woman, to help get them home to God. That's your mission. But the person you're taking under your wing right now to be your life partner, to be your husband, to be your wife, you're taking somebody who's not so perfect. And that's very important that you understand, because you don't want these grandiose ideas in your head that it's really going to be love for the rest of our lives, right? Because it's not. You're going to have challenging times. When you have your 8th baby, Gab, it's going to be crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make a prediction or anything like that. But when you have your children, you're gonna find out what running after kids is all like. I see these guys doing it already. You're gonna find out what it means to just so unconditionally get up through the night and be there. Right? You're gonna do it for each other as well. So what you need to understand for the rest of your life, your job is not to find a perfect person, because one does not exist. The one who existed got that, okay? Your job as an imperfect person in marriage is to learn how to love the imperfect person perfectly, okay? That's important. How do you perfectly love somebody imperfect? Well, the only one who teaches us how to do that is God himself. Jesus loved even those who did that to him. That's a perfect love, loving total devastation and evil perfectly. And I don't know what's in your life in the future. I could see me adding on to your house maybe, but other than that, nothing else, And I don't know what's going to come along. I don't know the ups and the downs, but I do know if you keep focused on this kind of love, you're going to be set for life, and it will be a rich, meaningful, and happy life. And everybody in this church wants it for you. And if they don't, you shouldn't have invited them, you know. But I know they want it for you. So I could tell by their smiles and all that they do want that. So you now have what it takes to be happy. But you're already a witness. You've witnessed to me already the respect that you have for each other, the compliments that you give one another, the smiles. You're hoping, oh, I hope Louis doesn't get the wrong answer. I hope Gabby doesn't get the wrong answer when we're meeting. You're like your own best cheerleaders, you know? So, but you did it so beautifully. And I'm proud to be celebrating here today. And I know for the rest of your life, you can call me wherever I am, okay? And if I'm like somewhere in Africa, just send a plane or something. I won't be in Africa, that's for sure. But I do also want to talk to the people you invited here today, because some of them have known you from the cradle. Some of them, your parents especially, have known you your entire lives, have been there before you even entered the world. And I know when you came into the world, you made the world a brighter place for them. And I know that. And I know that before you even came into the world, you already brightened the life of the other person. Though I just wish you would have stayed in there a little longer so you could have gotten the singing down, you know? I heard his serenade, so good luck with that one. So anyway, but no, the love and the happiness was already there. And I could see it in your family. And to have your dad as your best man, I mean, what a testimony to what a great job you've done. I know he probably wasn't always easy, because I had to tame him a little bit myself, you know, but I know that you've always been in love with him from the moment you heard, and I know you always will be. And the things that Gab gave to her in-laws, that beautiful tissue, or a cloth, I hope we don't use it. Yeah. Okay, she has it. She's not going to use it because it's so beautifully written. And do you have it on you now? Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. But, yeah. Nah, I did want to read it.
It's in the back.
Yeah. Okay, go get it. Because this was such a beautiful part to what this couple is all about, okay? It's a real great testimony. One other thing I want to say to your company, you have to see them as one from here on out. If you don't see them as one, you're not doing them any favors whatsoever. And I do mean family, and I mean friends. I mean, all of you been invited because they know that you love them, and they know that they love you, and they care about you. So when Louis comes running home to you, Mom, and says, you know, she just can't cook like you, Mom, your job is to say, get back to your wife. Get back to your wife. Yeah, she's better cook than her. How about that? Look, the compliments keep coming. That's so beautiful. I know, she won't be able to get out of here. But then, you know, when Gab runs home to you and says, Louis still can't wash his own clothes without putting Clorox bleach in the blacks, you know, you're going to have to say, you married him. I love him just as much as I love him, of you. Get back to him, you know. One time I did a funeral of a couple. The wife was there, the husband. They were married 60 years, and it was the husband's funeral. And they really did love each other. And I was talking about their love for each other and how it stuck. And the woman in the middle of the funeral says, "It wasn't always like that." And she was real loud. And she said, "I remember this time when we wasn't really being nice. I went home and I wanted to stay with my mom and dad again. And she told me, you get back to him right now." She said, and boy, that was hard to do. I mean, she's telling me this. It's a dialogue in the middle of her husband's funeral. So I thought to myself, you know, it's so beautiful to have someone rooting you on. And it's so important because the world's not doing that. Here's your mom comes through. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you.
How do I say the first word? Cooch. I just wanted to make sure I didn't say kook or something. It says cooch. All right. It says, Cooch, I will love your son with all my heart for all my days. Thank you for trusting me with a piece of your heart. Love, Gabrielle. And today's date, March 30th, 2019. That says it all, you know, because you are the heart of your parents, and Gab, you are too. And they both are trusting each of you to always, always know that you have a great piece of their heart and to treat it as if you want nothing to ever harm it, okay? So the torch is passed on. Parents, you did excellent work with your kids. And I know that as they go on, they'll be able to carry that into their lives and onward. And this was very beautiful. I want to read it. Thank you, Cooch. Appreciate it. Very good. Okay, that about does it. If everybody's going to promise them they'll see them as one, we can get started. So I want you to tell them right now, are you going to treat them as one? Yes. How many people are here? I could be louder than you without the mic. Do you promise that you will see them as one from here on out? Doesn't that feel, you can feel the love there, right? Look, and they're clapping now. You know, they could do cartwheels for all I care. That yes is an important yes. It has to be that way, all right? We have to support family. And you got it from me, and you got it from those who care about you. That's all that matters. And you certainly have it in each other. So I'm going to ask you ready to get married now, guys? Yeah. It's been a long time. Yeah, she's ready. So, all right, I'm going to ask you now to come forward, and we're going to witness your vows at this time.